All right, so let's get started with the key market moves today. Now, oil has surged more than 22% on Monday, topping $110. That's for the first time. Now, Dow futures sink more than 1,000 points as investors fear a looming energy crisis. Asian stocks, they also plunged, with South Korea's Kospi falling more than 7%. Meanwhile, precious metals slipped as dollar gained. Moving on, now global investors, they are bracing for greater volatility as tensions in West Asia, they continue to escalate, and pressure on oil shipping and infrastructure, that is growing. As a result, oil prices surged over $110 per barrel for the first time since 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine. And Wall Street stock futures, they have crashed following this. At the open on Monday, U.S. crude surged 22% to as high as $111 a barrel. That is after it added a record 36% last week. The West Texas crude has now nearly doubled from its December low. Benchmark Brent crude too soared above its $110 level. Meanwhile, in a Truth Social post, U.S. President Donald Trump dismissed the war-related spike in oil prices as a small price to pay for removing the threat of Iran's nuclear program. He noted, and I quote, "Short-term oil prices which will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over. That is a very small price to pay for USA and the world's safety and peace. Only fools would think differently." End quote. Meanwhile, major producers in West Asia have already reduced output. UAE, Kuwait and Iraq have already curbed output as the Strait of Hormuz storage fills up with nowhere to go. Storage centers are also fast approaching capacity as Iran war enters its second week. Dave Maza, the chief executive officer at Rondell Financial, said that this is no longer just about Hormuz being effectively shut. It is about supply disruption spreading deeper into the region. He added that this is the kind of shift that can push already nervous investors to take more risk off the table. But the bleeding in stocks, that extended with Wall Street equity futures crashing at open on Monday. The dollar gained broadly against most of its major peers. Bitcoin crashed below $66,000, extended the bout, selling swept across regions and asset classes last week as the geopolitical flare-up added fresh stress to markets that are already under pressure from AI disruptions. Now, Michael Ork, the chief market strategist at Jones Trading, said that the worst is yet to come in for the stock market reaction. I would expect more of a risk-off mood until we get some tangible positive news. Now, whether driving, flying, or just trying to heat homes, consumers worldwide are feeling the heat and the effects of the widening Iran war. The prices of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, they've all soared as the conflict rages. With Trump pressing for Iran's complete capitulation, analysis predicts that prices will rise sharply, adding fire to the inflation fears. And bets on prediction market platform Kalshi show that oil could surge as high as $147 a barrel this year.